I'd like to appreciate your support for about 8 years. Thank you very much indeed.
Now let's cross over to Michael Penn, who is the president of the Shingetsu news agency, and he joins us now live from Tokyo. Michael, first off, I just want to get your thoughts on everything that Abe has been saying.
Well, he's been trying to lay out in his own sort of rationale why he believes that this is the time he needs to step aside. He's appealing to the fact that even though he's citing the same ulcerative colitis that forced him to resign the first time in 2007, that he says he wants to take a more responsible approach by not suddenly resigning, but by easing into the new leadership. And he's also trying to suggest that the government and the ruling party will continue to maintain responsible leadership during the transitional period.
How do you see that playing out? Where do you see Japan's political future going to?
There's unlikely to be any radical breaks in the near future. The ruling party has a vast majority in both houses of the Diet, the national legislature, and general elections probably won't happen for some time yet. So although there is the possibility that a more anti-Abe candidate within the ruling party, Shigeru Ishiba, will make a challenge for the leadership, he will be up against a number of candidates who are more of continuity candidates. So I think that Japan might be heading for changes, but those changes aren't going to appear likely this year. It might be 1 year or 2 years down the road where we may see significant departures from what Abe has been doing.
Mm-hmm. As you mentioned, this is the second time that Shinzo Abe has stepped down due to his health condition. Do you think he'll be criticized for making this move?
Well, he's trying to sort of inoculate himself from that criticism by saying that I'm resigning now before the condition gets so bad that I can't fulfill my functions as prime minister. So he's saying, that's exactly why I'm doing it now and not waiting until things get worse. I don't think that among all of the things that Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is going to be criticized for, it'll be fairly low on the list. He'll be more criticized for his handling of COVID-19 and a number of scandals which have been going on for years and years. So he will face criticism, but this probably won't be the main issue that he'll be criticized for.
Right. Now, Michael, before Shinzo Abe announced that he is indeed resigning, the Tokyo stocks in Tokyo plunged by more than 2%. How is this going to affect the stability of the country in the future?
Well, what the stock market is probably concerned with is that throughout Abe's second tenure, the so-called Abenomics policy has been about massive government spending and very easy monetary policies. So they may be concerned that it's likely that the next candidate, the next prime minister, will, in order to sort of distinguish himself from Abe's policies, which aren't working very well, may have a tighter, more retrenched policy that's more concerned about paying down the national debt. So my guess would be that the stock market business people, investors are worried that there will be a change, a tighter approach to monetary policy under the next prime minister.
Right, Michael, and my last question to you is that we know Abe comes from a prominent political family. Can we expect that pattern to continue?
Many of the people who are potential candidates to be the next prime minister and future prime ministers are these legacy family candidates, and some of them aren't. So I think that if we had a spyglass into the future, we would find probably alternating between candidates who are essentially first-generation politicians and legacy and second, third, fourth-generation politicians. So yes, it will continue, but not every prime minister will be of that kind of family legacy.
All right, Michael Penn, thank you so much for giving us that analysis here on Tier 2 World. We really appreciate it.